Report suspicious activities and call 911 for immediate response. Expect... searches of personal property and restricted access to public restrictions. Take personal security precautions.
You might be wondering what I'm doing. Recently I've been reading articles about how people are monitoring their employees, but I was particularly inspired.
To avoid becoming a victim of an attack. Avoid crowded public areas and gatherings. Do not travel into areas affected by the...
So what we're doing today is we're trying to take advice from the people you want to be like. Those CEOs that you really look up to.
Keep emergency supplies accessible and a full tank of gas. Order local authorities. Be suspicious of persons that exhibit signs of infection. Report these individuals immediately.
I'm sure a lot of managers wish they could come to their employees' houses and see where their employees are actually working. But it looks like he has a legitimate setup. 3 monitors for productivity.
Check with the infect.
I think he's coming.
What if I told you that was loosely based on a true story? And when I mean loosely, I mean pretty much unrelated, just like everything based on a true story. But no, seriously, this article is just straight out of like r/not the Onion. An IKEA in France has been fined $1.2 million after they have been found guilty spying on their workers. The CEO was given a 2-year suspended jail term and a €50,000 fine. His lawyer told AFP that he was shocked by the ruling and was considering an appeal. Really, Mr. CEO? You do something that's illegal and you're surprised Pikachu face that there's a punishment for it? And you didn't even go to jail. Like in the US, he probably just would have been like, hey, don't do that. Just so we're clear, you can do that again, but don't get caught again. That's what would happen here in the US. You might be wondering, how exactly did the spying go down? So you have the CEO, Jean-Louis, and you have the head of risk management, Jean-Francois, who, by the way, was also given an 18-month suspended jail term and a €10,000 fine. And then you have their definition of the ultimate corporate simp. His name is Patrick. He was the store manager, and he got personal data from his cousin in the police force. He asked his cousin, Alan, to cast an eye over 49 job candidates. After search on the police computer, they found out that 3 of them had committed minor offenses. Later, the store manager sent another 68 names to be checked, and he was advised to drop 5 of the candidates, which is illegal to do. You can run a regular background check, but you can't go to the police, especially when it's your cousin, and then, do it in an illegal way. Here's the store manager's statement on why he was such a simp. I recognize that I was very naive and rather overzealous, but we were being asked to carry out these checks. Okay, I was just doing what I was told. And once I'd put a foot inside this system, it was too late. You can't blame me. I was just in too deep. And here's where it gets really messed up. IKEA has money set aside to check their candidates. €600,000 every year to creep on their workers. How many people were affected? The illegal surveillance covered about 400 people. So let me tell you what they were doing here. They were hiring private detectives in addition to this dude using his cousin in the police force just to check what you were doing in your free time. Like, for example, the company investigated an employee to find out why they could afford a BMW on their salary. Imagine going to buy something and your boss being like, wait, you can't afford that. What are you doing behind the scenes? If that's not dystopian in any regard. I don't know what is. Another example was an IKEA France employee was involved in union activism, was accused by the company of robbing a bank after they hired cops to hand over the police records. It turns out the employee didn't break any laws, and he just shared a name with a bank robber. So they were doing things like this, just trying to find dirt on you if you did anything suspicious. Another example was that an employee went from really nice at work to really disagreeable at work, and so they started investigating him to see if he was up to no good or planning things that were no good. And by the way, the risk management dude, Jean-Francois, he actually testified that he budgeted between $600,000 to $753,000 every year to give to a security company for these kinds of investigations. In response, IKEA France's legal team said that there wasn't generalized espionage. I mean, what's worse, generalized espionage or very, very specific espionage on your workers? I mean, like, there are companies who, like, track your keystrokes and your mouse movements and your screen time and whatever. This is, I mean, I don't know if it's worse, but this is just as bad as that. Of course, the statement made by the company is some generic thing like, "We have implemented a major action plan to prevent this from happening again," which, as we all know, means absolutely nothing. It's just a bunch of corporate jargon, but this is what companies do. It's pretty unacceptable. I feel like the CEO should absolutely not get that suspended sentence and should just go straight to jail. You can't do something illegal and then be like, "Oh, wait, what? Hold on, you're going to punish me for that?" Yeah, dude, just because you're a CEO doesn't mean anything. Sorry, $50,000 fine is nothing. That's like what he makes in an hour. Let's be honest. IKEA France denies generalized espionage, but they don't deny regular espionage. Like, these people must have really good lawyers. Well, I didn't like spy on you. I just looked at what you were doing and you didn't know I was there. Like, that's really what it was. Okay, all right. Anyways, I thought this was interesting. Maybe you did too. If you did, click subscribe, click thumbs up, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you have more articles like this, more things you want me to put on blast on the channel about corporate, happy to do so. Just send them to me. Instagram, Discord, email, whatever it is. If you'd like to support the channel, there are some links down in the description. Hope you guys have a good day. See you in the next one.